Hey guys, we're here tonight actually, in my neighborhood once again. And I have some special guests with me, is Leigh Waters.
Hello.
And Leigh, how long have you been playing pickleball?
I have been playing pickleball since September 2017. We evacuated Hurricane Irma, went to Pennsylvania. We were out of electric for 2 weeks, and my dad taught us to play there, and we were hooked.
That's awesome. So I remember because the first time we met, it was at East Naples.
Yes.
And you guys had
Yes, that's right.
Oh, I was gonna say
We were
that.
hitting with the Onyx ball. Anna Leigh was like
Ripping balls, and
then
I could tell she was because
a tennis player.
yeah, and how small the world is. Tell
Exactly.
people about that.
So
That's
at the
small.
time, Anna Leigh, one of her hitting partners, was one of your former players at Michigan State or where?
At Fresno State.
Fresno State.
Yeah. Yelena Penjic.
Yeah, actually got her out to hit a few pickleballs too.
There you
She
go.
would have been she would have been good if she had time.
Oh, awesome.
She was very busy.
But so then at the time you guys were just kind of getting.
It was just fun at that point. We didn't really know like the world of pickleball and that it was competitive and all it had to offer, and we quickly found out.
And still playing tennis at the time, hitting tennis balls?
I was still hitting tennis balls. Anna Leigh was still hitting tennis balls. She still is. I am not.
Yeah, there you go. So that changed very quickly.
Exactly.
And then when did you decide, okay, I'm going to go play a tournament? Like, how did that come
So the
about?
only reason we decided to play a tournament is because our local club, which is the Delray Beach Pickleball Club, was hosting a tournament like the next month. And so we were like, oh, it's local, we'll just play.
Oh my gosh.
So we put Anna Leigh in 3.0 because we had no clue. I played 4.0 with my dad, who was like 68 at the time. And I don't even remember. I think I played women's doubles with one of my dad's pro racquetball friends.
Okay.
And that was our first.
And last time playing 4-0.
Yeah, and her playing 3.0.
They kicked you out. Yeah, now you're playing
In fact, they moved Anna Leigh up in the middle of the tournament.
They're like, no,
they were like,
no,
she
you're
can't
gonna
play
hurt
3.0, but we didn't know.
Yeah,
And
no,
she
I
was a
get it,
kid
yeah.
playing against adults, so
yeah.
we thought it was a good starting point. But yeah, my dad and I ended up winning the 4.0 mix. It was so fun. And however, my partner and I in the women's played pro. And we were like, I played Andrea Coop and her sister first round.
That's
and I was like, whoa. I didn't know this kind of pickleball existed.
But isn't
I mean?
that because I feel like what I remember is like when I was first started playing and it was kind of like slower motion, like not so fast, and then when you get to play that, was it like what was the time when you realized, okay, this is much cooler, so much faster than I thought it was?
Yeah, well, that tournament for sure. And that was that tournament I learned what a third shot drop was. I had no idea like what that was.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they're dropping it at my feet and I was like, oh, I don't know what to do, But that was also what made me want to get better. I was like, oh my gosh,
challenge.
there's a new challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And which is cool because I was, I guess, 38 at the time, and you're thinking like your competitive days are over, and all of a sudden it was a new outlet,
Yep.
So I was excited.
So yeah, so that's kind of like one of the things that I feel like for us, a little bit in the older bracket age.
I'm older than she is.
Yeah, by a few months. Like, what's your background? Like, being competitive again.
Yes.
How does that make sense, and how does that tie together?
So I played competitive softball and competitive tennis my whole junior life, and towards the end of my high school career, I picked tennis.
Yeah.
And ended up going to South Carolina for 4 years, which was pretty tough. The SEC conference, and once that was over, though, I kind of put my rackets down. I needed a break. I went to law school. Didn't pick up my rackets really until Anna Leigh was 7 or 8 and said she wanted to start playing tennis. And then I picked up my rackets and I loved it. I was like, oh, I love tennis more than ever now. It was great exercise and running around. And then within like 2 years, I had found pickleball. But it was funny because even with the tennis, like I still wanted to be competitive, but just didn't feel like it just wasn't there for me. So
and I feel like it's harder, like higher level sometimes of tennis to actually be competitive.
Yeah, and it was like, hard too to find people just to hit with, you know. And so pickleball, heck, you know, you can go anywhere almost. So so it's just been great. It's been a great outlet. It's a great stress reliever. It's a great time to spend with friends and family, travel, everything.
So what's been like to you? Like, what's been the highlight? Like, what has been the highest point of playing pickleball?
For me, it was probably last week in Utah. Anna Leigh and I won TOC, and that was awesome for me.
You guys played amazing.
We played really well, and I was proud of her, and that was super cool.
Okay, what about the lowest point? I guess
there have been times, I won't like name, you know, who I played, but there have been times where I've lost the match and I walked off and just been like, I quit. I'm not playing anymore. That was so bad. Like if I lost that match, I must be awful, you know, and just, I've had a few of those.
That's not good.
But, so I won't name names or anything, but I've had those lows.
It's just that like you felt like you didn't play well and you shouldn't like.
And honestly, like for me, Buggy. I mean, mixed doubles is a grind because every team is so good. The men are so strong and have shots that the women don't. And so I think for me, mixed doubles is really challenging. Yeah.
So that's,
I need to work on it.
But in a way, it's like, I feel like it's like one more thing to be hungry about. And especially when you get to a point where like, okay, what are my goals now?
Right.
So that carries on to like, what are some of your goals? Like, what is something that Leigh wants to accomplish in the next couple of years? Like what's
I just hope, you know, I just want to stay competitive and at the top of the game, and I want to keep improving, like finding like a new shot or, you know, getting better at something. I play very right.
Finding somebody to gel with.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, I'm a very aggressive player, so if I could find like a new way to be aggressive, that'd be cool.
Awesome. Yeah, you make the game
if I could hit it a little harder.
Yeah.
That would make me happy.
Yeah, break too many balls. The tournament directors are going to complain you broke all of the balls if you hit any harder. It's going to be like, okay, we're going broke. We're done. So what about playing with your daughter? I mean, I'm not going to lie, I'm jealous because my daughter doesn't want to have anything to do with pickleball. You know, she's like singing, and guys, I won't sing for you ever. So, but one thing is that I feel like, you know, I told you the other day, like it's got to be the coolest thing, but again, I'm sure there's so many moments where, you know, that mother-daughter bond is so strong, but it's hard. I'm sure, you know, I'll talk to her later.
Yeah, we're lucky because like when we practice together, it's not always great. Like we might fight, we might like seriously, we might play like terrible pickleball. But for some reason, when we get in a match, I don't know, we come together and we're supportive and we don't get angry at one another like we might on the practice court. And
that's probably because she tries to hit you most of the time. I've seen it way too many times.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm like afraid of her and then I feel like I can't hit it hard back. You know what I mean?
It should be the opposite.
Hit your daughter, right?
It should be the opposite,
meanwhile,
right?
She's gotcha, hit you in the face.
But that's the thing. Then you're playing next to her, you like go for it. Just
so much rather play with her than against her.
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
I think I don't know. The hardest thing is being a team rather than mother-daughter.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Is like, so how do you separate that? Because on the court, you can't be the mom.
No, you can't.
I'm sure you can't.
You can't. I'm a mom in the way that I support her when we're playing together. Like if I can see that she's down, like I can be the supportive mother, and really I think I'm pretty good at picking her up.
Yeah.
Or getting her fired up when she needs. What it takes to kind of light the fire.
Yeah.
But what I've really tried to do, and hopefully she'll say that when you interview her that I do this pretty well.
We'll make sure that you're not listening.
I try to make sure that whatever input she has in the game, that I take it to heart and just don't overrule it because I'm the mom. And a lot of times, like she'll say, "Mom, I really want to take most of the third balls," and I'll okay, take the, or whatever.
That's gotta be so unique, though.
Yeah. So
because if she came home and she said, "Hey, Mom, like here's the thing, like this is how it's gonna go here in the house."
That wouldn't work.
Yeah, it's like
Mom,
we just eat candy for this week, okay?
Her dad would let her do that, though.
Oh, really? Oh, so we'll have to talk. We'll have to have a talk with her.
But that's the hardest thing, I think, is trying to be a team rather than a mother-daughter while we're playing. Mother-daughter is after when we get off the court.
Up to the car, yeah. That's gotta be, but it's gotta be like the highs of like winning together. That's gotta overcome any.
Yeah, I mean, to be able to look
just,
back 20 years from now, and when she's an adult, and be like, look what we did. We did this, and we got to spend this time together. Yeah, so I'm blessed that she wants to play pickleball, and that she wants to play with me, and that she's good at it.
There you go. I mean, all of it is just like the stars align.
Exactly.
That's awesome. And what about, so that's all the like in front, like playing and all that, but what about the struggles of every day? Because I know you guys have tons of stuff going on, not just with her, but you guys have
so I feel bad because a lot of times my husband Steven has to stay home because he has a job, and so he can't be traveling around with us all the time, and so he's often alone at home, but we're lucky that he wants us to do it and lets us do it and encourages us. And I'm also very lucky because my mom is able to travel with us and help me with Anna Leigh.
Your biggest fan by far. I know that. She's like nervous, like a nervous wreck watching you guys.
She is. So. But she homeschools Anna Leigh, so she goes.
So she does. That's what I was gonna ask.
That's why she goes. I mean, that's one of the reasons why she goes with us, because she's got to keep Anna Leigh on track with school.
Awesome.
But then also, it's very helpful when during mixed doubles, for example. I can't be with her because I'm playing also. So it's nice to have another family member with us that I don't have to worry about Anna Leigh. So I'm lucky, very lucky that I have family
you have a great support system.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
But we're
takes
very
a village,
busy
for sure.
because Anna Leigh plays soccer, Anna Leigh plays tennis, Anna Leigh plays pickleball, she has school. So it's not always an easy, it's a struggle sometimes. It's worth it.
What about Leigh? What does Leigh like to do besides all of the things that the mother, the daughter, the wife, and the pickleball player?
Well, if I just want to relax and de-stress, I get out my bag of popcorn.
That's it.
Sit on the couch, and I either binge watch some really bad Netflix show, or I
Why you say really bad?
Well, because they're corny, cheesy.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so that's
violent, extremely violent.
So that's Netflix.
It's mindless, it's a way to decompress. But we just renovated our house, and I did all the design work for it.
Oh, cool.
And my parents are building a house, and I'm doing the design work for that. So that's my little hobby, nobody knows. Hidden talent.
Okay, nice.
Type thing.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah,
well,
I love interior design.
Cool. We're building a house, so we'll have you come over and help, because as you will see my house, I have no clue what I'm doing. Absolutely.
Okay.
So I'm very one-dimensional. It's sports and sports only.
Yeah.
Except for my comedy skit. The last question that I have for you is, if you wanted to see something happen with pickleball, what would it be? What would be?
I would love for more kids to play. First of all,
okay.
love for it to become more of a junior sport, but also I'd love to see it in the Olympics. I think that'd be super cool, because our peers would be able to play, or would be coaches or whatever, and it would just be really cool to be able to get behind the sport. And
that would be.
Yeah, I just think that'd be awesome.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
There you go.
I'm really fun.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
They'll be like, so,
Volleyball.
what's your favorite thing about pickleball? Bro!
Hitting it hard.